Another television show links CERN and the opening of a dimensional door to the month of September. For some, the show's sliders might bring back childhood memories of a college geek who was obsessed with quantum physics. For others, you might already recall the unusual similarities between the dimensional door featured in Sliders and CERN. The show begins with a scene of the main character putting a tape labeled Diary September into his recorder.
September 13th. My attempt to create the world's first anti-gravity device has taken a decidedly bizarre turn. Anti-grav, Something else, definitely. But what?
The tape starts out on September 13th, which is the day in which he opens what appears to be a wormhole or dimensional door. Yet he says that this was not the intention of his experiments. He was attempting to create the, quote, first anti-gravity device, but says that the experiment took a decidedly bizarre turn, and that he didn't know what he did to open the apparent portal.
September 21st. After days of careful analysis, I've come to the conclusion that the center of the ring could be the mouth of a tunnel, or a gateway to another existence.
Then, on September 21st, the main character, Quinn, established that he believes the wormhole is a, quote, tunnel or gateway to another existence. Right after, Quinn leaves to go to class. On his way, he passes a homeless man who is talking about the collapse of the United States and the fact that the days of the United States are, quote, numbered, unquote. As we will see later on in this episode, climate chaos appears to have struck the United States and likely the whole world.
And the days of the U.S. imperialist war machine are numbered! Take heed, boy! Join the revolution or suffer the consequences!
I should have gone to law school like my old man wanted. This relativistic quantum pop cosmology is such a mind warp.
If you ask me, Professor Arturo is not nearly as smart as he thinks he is.
Oh, the man should be a Nobel laureate for his theory on cosmic wormholes and killer ribifolds, and I just read his thesis on Chiro field anomalies. It's killing.
Quinn and some friends talk about theoretical quantum cosmology and cosmic wormholes. This is an interesting conversation considering what Quinn has opened is a wormhole. You'll hear that the next date Quinn mentions is September 25th, in which he's experimented with this door for the past 3 days, and he has been sending objects in and out of the wormhole, and this appears to be the first time he has experimented with sending matter through the dimensional door.
September 25th. For 3 days I've been sending objects into the void. Paper airplane, Rubik's Cube, even my T-Rex. I figured the carnivore could take care of himself. All vanished without a trace. Last night I perfected a timing device designed to return things from wherever it is they're going.
If Quinn had been experimenting for the past 3 days on the 25th, this would bring us to September 23rd as the first point in which matter was put through the wormhole.
Tomorrow morning, I myself will step through the gate and finally see what's on the other side. September 27th. Well, here goes nothing. I've set the timer for 15 minutes.
On the other side of this dimension, he drives his car and listens to a commentator talk about climate chaos. This same commentator then goes on to describe how Americans are fleeing across the border to Mexico.
I have been skeptical about this scientific theory, so-called, about global cooling, but I don't know, maybe it's true. And this really gets my goat. Now the Mexican government is complaining about all the Americans who are moving across the border illegally to live in Mexico.
What's going on?
Please, if these people just care about getting a better job and a higher standard of living, good riddance to them.
Red is go, green is stop. Red is go.
In the final scene, we witness a group led by Quinn travel through the wormhole on September 27th and arrive in a world of climate chaos where San Francisco has completely frozen over. Quinn says it appears as though there is a nuclear winter outside, while another character comments on, quote, climatic cataclysm, and implies that a pole shift has occurred. And so I ask the question, are we being shown the events of September 2015? The opening of a door, CERN breaking through the constraints of time and space, the crossing of matter in and out of another dimension, the coming of climate chaos as a result of opening this door.
God. Hell really did freeze over.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
It would appear that our roulette wheel has landed us on a world that has suffered a terrible climactic cataclysm. It would appear that our roulette wheel has landed us on a world that has suffered a terrible climactic cataclysm.
Nuclear winter?
Quite possibly. Or a shifting of the Earth's axis, or some sort of ecological disaster.
Saying the planet. The planet also means, very concretely, our very survival. We are, all of you know it, on the edge of a climatic abyss. In fact, we have 500 days to avoid a climate chaos.